Hello, Star Wars unboxing fans. Welcome to an on-the-road edition of Darth Tuba's Star Wars unboxing show. I'm your host, Darth Tuba. Not going to do a lot of talking right now. I am just getting in the car on my way to the PALCON 3, which is a Parsippany, it's in Parsippany, New Jersey toy convention at the Police Athletic League, or PAL, which is why they call it PALCON. I think they do this a couple of times a year. I've actually been to a few of them. I'm going to try something new, so I ask your patience. I have a body cam holder, so I can actually put, install my phone. I've been seeing a lot of flea market videos and walk around videos where people just kind of install this thing on their chest, like a strap that can hold the phone, kind of like people do with GoPros. And I'm just going to put my phone on there and try to walk around and check out what the toy show sale is. I also brought with me some advertising to kind of put on the table when I first go in. We have my little Star Wars yard sale information. June 26, 7, 8, and 9, 9 to 3, new and vintage, boxed and loose, rain or shine. It's going to be in my garage, which is right off camera over here. And it's going to be at BERTRON Road, Flemington, New Jersey. And as I said, just follow the signs, because the biggest advertisement I ever do, the most successful, is my really cool Star Wars font-themed Star Wars sign. So I'm real excited to share those out and get them ready. We are now, at the time of this recording, in the month of June, we're May 31st. We're one day away from the month of June, but I am kicking it in to high gear. I've not only been pricing out all my stuff, I've been in the process of kind of gathering up a loose vintage action figure collection that I've been bagging and putting accessories with and setting prices and kind of putting it together so that I can get that out there, because I've been just trying to increase my vintage amount, my amount of vintage figures to put out for the sale. And then, a lot of them are, I've cleaned them all. I've, anything that's obviously things that are beaters, things that are not all that great, I will set at a low price. But everything else, I'm trying, the accessories are what make the figures go up in value. So I'm trying to find accessories that can maybe buying them in bulk and then trying to set them to the figure. So it's been fun. I've been enjoying it. I've also been creating some more stickers and some more buttons and pins and things of that nature that I want to put out for as well. So I'm really excited. I really enjoy doing this. I really enjoy setting up for it. I wish I could do it more than once a year. There just isn't enough time right now. But I think that's a future me goal. Maybe even a second side job or a career or something to just kind of work. I love selling off bits and pieces of the collection. I still collect. I'm not selling off all of it. I just am enjoying, but the thing I think I enjoy the most is just having conversation with people who come in and buy the stuff here, because they're it's a wonderful community. It really is. And I know some people are just dealers that are just going to buy my stuff and then resell it, and that's fine. I'm okay with that. Anyway, the weather is miserable. It's raining and windy, and it's about 57 degrees, and almost in June, which is crazy. But I know it's going to get hot, so I'll enjoy the cooler temps while I can. So let's get ourselves over there. It's about a 40-minute drive, and we'll see what we can see. Okay, so not the most fruitful or extravagant toy show I've been to. I've been to this place before, and I recall a lot more activity, a lot more. I remember they had a whole bunch of car replicas, you know, Ghostbusters, Batmobile, all parked outside. Now the weather isn't all that great today, although the sun is starting to come up now, so that's good. I did pick up a couple of things, kind of random things. You know, the big figs, right, that came out a few years back. I got, obviously, this is a Biker Scout. I'm not 100% sure if this is a purchase for the collection or purchase for the sale. You got a pretty good price on it. But the real one I was after, was Chewie. I do not think I have either a Chewie or a Biker Scout. I have a bunch of these big figs, but I'm starting to remember I might have put them out for the sale. But even if I didn't, you know, they can go in the collection, and if I did put them out in the sale, these guys can go out there as well. So, but I do like Chewie, so I might keep Chewie just as a mascot. All right, because I just love. I think I told the guys, and you know, like or not like the Disney acquisition of Star Wars, but Disney did one thing that makes them completely okay in my book, no matter what they make moving forward, is that they retcon killing Chewie that they did in the comics. You do not kill Chewie. Chewie's the man, or the Wookiee, and you do not kill Chewie. He's the best. He's also the character that can live hundreds and hundreds of years. Why kill off a character like that? He can be around forever. He can be like your character that connects all the movies and shows and everything you do, no matter when you do it. So, yay Chewie. So, I'm probably gonna keep Chewie. I like Chewie. All right. And then we also got, I picked up another one of these. These are all for really reasonable prices. One of those retro prototype edition Chewies. Speaking of Chewie, I don't believe I have this version. Or I'm not trying to complete them all, but I just knew that I had a 5 and 6 chance of getting a different one than the one I originally got. We got, I picked up for $10. I got another Cassian. I already have this one, as well as a Armorer, but I got these in an effort to open them up, put them out on display with some of my diorama figures and stuff. And then lastly, I just picked up for $10 a beater R5D4, because it occurred to me I don't have any R5D4s except for my original one, I think. I mean, or maybe a second one. So what I might do is clean this guy off, find a replacement label for him, just to kind of have a nice, so he can have a nice home in a collection. So there we go. Before I call it, I'm gonna call it a day. I am gonna, since I'm kind of further away from home, I'm gonna check two things. I want to check the closest Target to see if I can find the apparently the New Hope Retro Collection 6-pack. It's been a dismal failure in the terms of marketing it and doing pre-orders. All the pre-orders were canceled. This is old news, but they seem to be popping up everywhere. I did manage in the morning, early morning one morning a few days ago, I did manage to snag one on a pre-order, and it's supposed to go out today. I believe it got picked up by the person, so I'm hopeful I'm going to get one. But regardless, I am thinking about maybe trying to get a second one. I did order one on Amazon at UK, so I'm hoping that one will come soon. So this would be a third one if I can find one in the wild. And then I also want to see if there's a local Ollie's around here. So let's check those out. Yeah, this is kind of weird. These are the cheap figures. I used to find them Five Below, but now they seem to be here. This is interesting. Kind of a cool idea, actually. Mask, lightsaber, and figure. Not a bad idea, really. But no such luck with the Target figures. I do see someone unpacking some stuff, so I'm just kind of quietly eyeing, because I don't want to get in their way. Don't ever get in the way of people doing their jobs, guys. Oh, there's the Hot Wheels die casts. Okay, and as always, Lego can be counted on to always have And, oh, that's an interesting one. Invisible hand. A nice present. Oh, these are cute. Customize your droid. Oh my god. I have a friend of mine who's made it a challenge. They're doing this challenge where they take any Lego pieces from any sets of any kind and I'm putting them out there. So it's cool. Like make them look like Millennium Falcons. They take like a flower Lego and make it look like a Millennium Falcon. A flamingo, make it look like a falcon. I love that. Oh, that's awesome. Darth Jar Jar. I do like Kalunaka, but only if they make him a 3 and 3/4. So I'll just have to admire him from afar. Dinosaurs. Okay, so I did end up with the Star Wars Lego. It's the first Lego I bought in years. I'm selling off most of my Legos. I'll own 2 sets. Well, I have the buildable figures. I kept those. Beyond that, I have the big Falcon and that, because that's like something I think I can put on my desk at my work. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to check out one more Target before seeing if there's an Ollie's nearby. Just because I don't know. I just feel like if I'm not near a Target where I normally live and there's like 5 of them running around here, I'm just going to do one more though. I did want to tell us one thing that I forgot to mention. At the toy show, I was witness to what could only be described as a bizarre altercation. So I'm standing at somebody's booth, and I was actually eyeing something that I was thinking about purchasing. It was an R2-D2 themed lava lamp, which is not old. It's something that came out fairly recently, probably in the last 10 years. And they were asking $40 for it. I'm like, oh, maybe I can try to bargain with them. But I, was looking at it, and he had a bunch of other stuff on his table. And then a guy walked behind me. I'm at the table. The guy walks behind me and is going past. And the vendor from the table I was looking at stuff starts shouting at the guy. And he was like, and it's something about, I offered this guy $5 for a Toys R Us exclusive thing, and he turned it down. Now, I don't know whether he was selling it to him, or trying to sell it to him, or trying to buy something from him. And the guy who was walking past, he turned around. He's like, "What are you doing? What are you talking about?" And sometimes people like talk that way when they're friends, and they're just kind of faking it, for fun. And I think the one guy, the vendor, was kind of trying to rag on him, but in a fun way. And the other guy was getting ready to take his jacket off. Like, you want to do something right now? I'll do it right now. And then next thing I know, it's they're almost coming to blows. So they were really upset with each other. And the guy even brought the one guy who walked past me. He brought me into it. You heard it. This guy was making physical threats against me. And I'm like, I'm just here to look at stuff, and I'm gonna walk away now. I didn't want to get involved. I honestly don't know who was at fault with this thing, and I didn't want to be witness to something that I didn't want to make it more confusing. So I removed myself from the situation. I probably would have made an offer on the lava lamp. It was cool. I had never seen something like that before. But the vendor, well, sometimes people are obnoxious, and obnoxious people can sometimes give off different types of vibes and, and reaction stuff from other people. So anyway, public service announcement. If you're a vendor, if you are a salesperson, come on, respect. Just be respectful. Vendors, they're people. They're just trying to make a living. Yes, some of them could be greasy and slimy, but many of them I've come to find are very fair and reasonable people that are just trying to eke out a living. Okay, so remember that. My father always made a deal. He was a salesman his whole life. My father said, it isn't really a deal unless we're both smiling, the buyer and the seller. And I think that's important. We got to find a way to, negotiate something that's fair for everybody. Well, apparently that didn't happen at some point or in the past. And this guy was bitter about it, and he hid behind it with this kind of bravado, this macho bravado humor that I think the other guy was just not having it. So, whatever. Anyway, I just thought I'd share that. I didn't film it. I didn't want to get anywhere near it. It's none of my business, but I did want to share it just as a cautionary tale. All right, let's check out one more Target. Yeah, about the same. No luck, unless I'm missing it somewhere. Sometimes when they don't have a place for it, you have to look around. Seeing a lot of Jurassic Park. Cute. Okay, I think we're done with Target for now. Okay, so no luck in the second Target. And before I start getting in, falling down the rabbit hole of Targets to look for, I did a little quick search to see if there was any availability. And, you know, sometimes those aren't accurate, but they're pretty accurate. You know, once they get scanned in, they're in the computer. So apparently the closest one I can get is in Staten Island, which is about an hour and a half from here. So I'm not doing that. And then what's more, there are no Ollies in the area. The closest one is 42 miles away. What there is in nearby is a vintage toy shop called Yester Toys. So I figured before I head back, I'm going to take one more stop and check that out just to see if they have anything there. Let's see how we do. Well, this is a cute shop. Already intrigued. That's cool.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yep, I do. How you doing? Not yet, no. Yeah. Oh yeah, I did buy a collection last week of vintage, but it had no figures. It was all vehicles and play sets. So, but yeah, I'll do the order.
Thank you, I will do.
Thank you for asking.
Oh no, that's okay. I'll always want to ask.
Yep. Oh yeah.
I just sold a blue snaggle tooth like 2 days ago.
Oh really?
Yeah.
For how much?
$350.
Oh, good. That's good.
Without a pistol, I was
That's impressive.
yeah, I've been looking at one of these for a while.
It's so
That's awesome.
weird, even the color choices almost feels like a cake top.
Yeah, I know.
Or a candle, like the light blue. But it's a cool.
This is cool.
Yeah, slowly.
Chipping away.
I'll try and get them all eventually. That's like the grail for me, but I'm not in a position to do that.
Yeah, he's nuts. You do?
Yeah, I'm doing.
Yeah.
That's awesome. We got a lot of great stuff.
Thank you. I try to have a little bit of everything. I got storage units full of stuff, so like I rotate stuff in and
Nice.
out. And
That's awesome.
basically try to have like a little bit of like a sample here, everything the last 50 years. And random weird stuff too, like Love Boat and chips.
Everything seems to be right for crazy.
Yeah, I try and only put out stuff that's real clean, or when I buy collections, if it's loose stuff, I always take it home and like, you know, Dawn detergent, toothbrush, Q-tips.
I always say I don't get these, but I like Dead Romero, so.
Yeah, usually Dawn isn't that magical. It's always just careful and it'll clean up most things. So I buy stuff all the time, and it's sometimes been like sitting in an attic or a garage or a basement.
I used to do a lot of work in people's houses, and I find myself just going to be like, hey, I found something in the attic.
Oh yeah.
Would you sell it to me?
Did it work out sometimes?
Yeah.
That's
Sometimes
awesome.
they give it away.
It's amazing. What a cool shop.
Yeah, we'll find one for later.
The wrestlers, the Skydown, like when we had over there.
Oh, like a big LJN.
Yeah.
They're like the first wrestling toys.
A little bit of everything.
That's
awesome.
And he asked the owners, and they said, no, we're not selling any of it. The guy collected it. And one day, years later, he calls me.
What the heck are these? These are awesome.
And they're selling everything. This guy remembered it from when he like
Those are
like, service call
phenomenal.
at the house.
That's awesome.
And so I went, but they're, you know, estate sales, so it's like 50 people waiting.
We went to one once and I was like, this is too stressful.
You had to be there like 4 a.m. just
Wait
waiting.
outside.
Yeah, sometimes they sell.
Okay, that was a Yester Toys. I got my card here from him. Here it is. I'm gonna put it out there, put a freeze frame, and get his contact information. Ooh, let me even, so you can see the QR code. I don't know if that'll go through, but just check him out. Chatham, New Jersey. Phenomenal, awesome guy. Randy, tell him Darth Tuba sent you. Picked up a few items. This is a stand solo, I believe. Is it stand solo? I have to look. Yes, this is a custom Garandan figure that he was selling. I appreciated the guy was putting out some of those figures, and not too, pretty reasonably priced. This one is actually a gift. Don't tell my wife. One of her favorite characters, Dedra Miro. So, giving that to her for her birthday. And because a Star Wars clapper, we've had clappers in our home in the past. I'm excited to install one somewhere, probably in the Star Wars room. But that is going to do it, folks. Really great way to end the day. The toy sale, the toy show, decent, not the best. I do recall it being a lot bigger. I've been there, and they usually took up 2 or 3 rooms. For whatever reason, this was not as big of a sale, and they were divided between Pokemon cards and everything, which I'm noticing is the thing that's happening these days. But no luck on the Target front for those figures, but I keep seeing them as available, starting to get more available for pre-order. So I have 2 on the way. So if they don't get canceled, I'm good. But I'll keep my eyes open. And lastly, Yester Toys in Chatham, New Jersey. Not a huge store, but a huge amount of product. Not just Star Wars, although he's like me, he seems to favor Star Wars. Just really great. I'm glad I checked it out. So it was a great end to a pretty good day, and the weather's starting to break a little, so that is good too. So thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, hit the notification button. Star Wars sale. I'm not sure how long it's going to be before this video comes out. It might be actually on top of that week, but June 26, 7, 8, 9. Mark your calendars. If you are in the Central Jersey area or within a 100-mile radius, come out and see it. Come and say hi. It's going to be big, guys. It's big. It's not a tiny little thing. It's a huge. I mean, yes, I have a 2-car garage, so that's where all the Star Wars stuff is. But I pack a lot in there, and it all gets packed away for the next sale in the next year once I'm done. So I try to price everything to sell. So thanks so much for watching. Until next time, may the Force and the toys be with you.